Lynn, it takes a lot to clench my pearls, and I think yes.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night chit and chat and whatever. Somebody's got, because I just heard me sing off key again.
Hey, everybody.
Wednesday night chit and whatever. I'm gonna blame Tony. Is it Tony?
No, it was me. Sorry. I don't usually have a video sound turned on. It was like, oh, it's me. Wait.
It was the look on Tony's face. I was like, she looks like she's telling on herself. You're muted, Shug.
She kept telling herself
I was on mute, and I was on mute. I know it wasn't me.
Definitely wasn't you.
It was me.
It was our friend Jen Lynn.
It was the crazy cat lady.
The crazy cat lady. That's Johnny's words, not mine. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm not one who's always like, oh, it's my birthday. I'm like, okay, whatever. But this year, because this is my last year in my 30s, I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate this mother sucker all month. So we're doing another hey, I'm just celebrating my birthday. You know my really
birthday.
What is me? So I'm gonna celebrate it again. And then so happy early birthday to Becca.
Thank you. Wait, Adrian, I thought yours was the 14th.
It is.
Yes. Oh, so we are celebrating it early.
Yes. I celebrated it on the horoscope live. I'm doing it again tonight. If I go live again next week, I'm gonna celebrate that mother sucker again next week too.
Happy birthday to all our Libras watching us.
Happy birthday, Libra. I know Lori Kettle, it is my birthday twin. It's your birthday too. So just happy birthday to all the Libra energy. You guys also. We are still in Mercury retrograde. However, I believe Saturn is now direct, which started today on the 6th. Saturn is about those big life lessons. So a lot of us have been getting our butt kicked. A dear friend of mine compared this Mercury retrograde to a 68-cent hooker. I agree with my friend. I agree with my friend's dear sentiments because that is how it has felt. So one retrograde down, 2 more to go. Ends on the 17th. Will be good. Thank you so much, Johnny, for the super chat. Thank you so much, Prairie, for the super chat. Thank you so much, me, myself, and I for the super chat. Thank you, Jody Roberts, earlier for the super chat, and also Desiree, who is going to be watching it back again when she gets off work. Thank you all for your generosity. I pray that is returned to you tenfold. Okay. Let's start off with housekeeping. You, Tarot's Apprentice, Jen Lynn, Becca, you guys are live on Johnny's channel this week?
Johnny's channel Sunday night. So make sure you check it out. And then we're going to go back to Becca's channel for her birthday the next week. So we're going to skip me a week.
So back. So you heard it, Johnny next week, and then Becca the week after, and then Jen Lynn the week after that. So guys,
which will be Halloween. We will do a Halloween stream.
Actually, back to Johnny and then to me for Halloween.
Okay, now I just lost it. Okay, wait. Johnny, Becca, Johnny, Jen Lynn. Johnny, Becca, Johnny, Jen Lynn. Okay, so
watch our community tab post. We'll put it on
watch
there.
the community tab because y'all know they post it and they take questions. Tony, don't you have something cool coming up?
I have a new segment on my channel coming up on the chakras and spirit animals. So I'm going to start a new series of videos.
Awesome.
I want to see.
I want to see that too. I'm excited.
I love that. So please, are you going to post about when it starts on your community tab?
Yeah.
Okay, so please check out Tony's community tab to check out the details for the chakra and animals. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. For those of you who don't know, animals, you can do Reiki on animals and they have their own whole chakra system that needs to
They have one extra chakra that we don't have.
That's correct. Thank you.
Animals do?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I will be back on Jody Roberts' channel on Tuesday, October 26th at 10 a.m. for Sacred Sounds of Coffee, Part 2.
Okay. So go check out Jody and Jen Lynn for Part 2, Sacred Sounds of Coffee. Jody's channel. If somebody can put the Jody's link in the description, my brain, it's going to be a long live stream if I already can't. Ooh. Go check them out. And Jen, I have a feeling you'll probably post about it on the community tab.
Absolutely.
Okay.
When we get a little closer.
Yes. If you guys are noticing, we are missing one of our favorites, Lori. She had some really bad storms come through Florida, so she is out of internet. So she is not going to be able to join us tonight, but Lori and I are going to get together the week after next week. So October 21st at, I think, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to get together and do some chitting and chatting and tarot cards and giggling. Not sure whose channel yet. We'll probably figure it out as we get closer to it. But one of us, both of us, will post in the live stream or in the community tab. She sends her love to everyone and says sorry she can't join.
Lori, that's what happens when you steal your neighbor's internet.
So,
thank you, Lucky Girl, for posting the links.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lucky Girl. All righty. So we're going to go ahead. We are about 100 people watching. Let's get into it. As I was saying earlier, it takes a lot to clench my pearls. And yet,
I clinched them.
Jen Lynn just clenched our pearls. So she's got a question it's a whopper. And let's start off our reads with Jen Lynn's question.
So Idaho governor candidate Steve Pankey was arrested for murdering a 12-year-old girl in 1984. She disappeared. She was one of the first children put on a milk carton. When they started the milk carton missing children thing in the Reagan era, she was one of the first. So they discovered her remains in 2019, and he has been arrested, and his trial started today, supposedly. So how's his trial going to go for him? Because he denies it, but they haven't said anything about what kind of evidence they have. She died in Colorado. Her body was found in Colorado. He was her next door neighbor at the time she went missing. The day after she went missing, he and his wife suddenly had to do a trip to California and were out of town.
Did you see Terry's comment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her ex-daughter-in-law's uncle. Ooh, you know what?
Get some of that spray, girl. Get some.
That's for you, Terry. Ooh, jeez. Ooh, that's intense.
RedLentilHealing.com.
They now come in 8-ounce bottles. So you can have 2-ounce, 4-ounce, or 8-ounce bottles. Ooh, jeez, that's so scary.
So another Republican that probably was a, pedo for entertainment purposes. Only YouTube. I know you don't like those words.
And whoever wants to go first, or actually we'll just go in order. I love how it starts.
If Marty will stay off the table. They were supposed to start the trial in July, and they said he had Asperger's, so they were doing a mental evaluation on him. But if you look at his pictures for his gubernatorial race, he looks all clean cut and glasses, a normal guy, and his mugshot, he's like pretty frazzled.
Happy birthday, Thomas. Happy birthday. Today's the 6th. So happy birthday to you. Let's send Thomas some birthday love.
Happy birthday, Thomas.
Another Libran.
2 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. There is some sort of grounding, like maybe flight risk or something like that. This is possibly going to start bringing up either other people or other things in this case. This case is going to be a national story, because I do get the Justice card here, but I get my America card, which means there's going to be a lot more national interest in it too.
I gotcha.
I think the Justice card and the 4 of Cups leads to, this is kind of a foregone conclusion. I think something about this is going to just kind of be a wash, like, yeah, he's guilty, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how they prove that. That ain't really my business there, but there's something that's going to be brought out about the murder, and it's going to be a little more plain than speculation. So I think there's going to be some sort of proof or some sort of very strong evidence, at least. But this is going to, there's also an entertainment aspect to this too. Maybe Lifetime's going to do a movie or something. So I guess we'll see about that too. But yeah, I think he's done for. I don't know what kind of evidence comes out, proof, I should say, but we shall see. It is here though.
Yeah, I get they've got an abundance of proof on the man. He was overwrought with emotions or whatever, but they're climbing to higher ground. He definitely manipulated something with her. Big hopes. I get he's lying, being the fool. That's why they're keeping him secure and locked up. I think he had like a $5 million bond, something like that. I do get an offer coming, so I don't know if he's going to try some kind of plea deal that might delay things a little bit in the court case. But I get, the bully in court. Yes, they are going to be victorious in their verdict with him. But something comes up about money and people that he worked with at one time doing something sneaky. Now I know. He at one time had some evidence, whether it was from when he ran for sheriff or something. He knew something about the case that nobody was talking about. Like, how did he know that? Like, he had some kind of inside scoop on something. So I think he bought some information about the case because he was getting nervous that they would find him.
Slimy and grimy. What you got, Tony?
Well, my first card, the child. Second card, now they found her body, so all of the information and the noise surrounding this is going to start. They've retrieved the evidence. I'm sorry, I can't find the camera. They've retrieved the evidence, but I don't know if he's connected because there's a lot of money involved here. He's paid people off to keep his secrets. They have colluded. The offer is here. He's holding on, and they're going forward with the case. So I mean, I got this. I don't know if it's him winning or the prosecutor winning, but that's what I got.
Thank you, Rhonda, for the super chat. May that generosity be returned to you tenfold. Becca, what you got?
Oh, is that me?
Probably me, because I turned my microphone back on.
Oh, I get that he's out of luck and it's going to be a loss, but there may be a problem here with the I don't know about the weapon itself may be missing that he used. This is a weapon that's missing, lost, or stolen. But I get he's done, and there's also something quite possibly that was a sexual attack as well, sex, violent here, and then missing. So along with the weapon missing, I'm just going to leave it there. How about that? Because that's it.
I wonder if that's who he colluded with, is somebody to get rid of the weapon. Because mine's very similar. It starts off with the justice card. So, I mean, obviously we're in the trial, and then also kind of the energy that's going on. He will seek justice. His challenge, though, is for him, particularly this page of swords, whoever has this information, he paid them off, but I think they're about to snitch or turn or do something. That's actually going to be his challenge. I'm also wondering, too, if it was somebody who was a child at the time with the Six of Cups can kind of speak to something now, because that was 84, so this person would only be like 38 now.
She had a sister a few years older than her.
Yeah.
So her sister maybe knew something about him as a neighbor.
There's somebody, and whoever that person is, they're very close. So yeah, your sister, because it's got two of cups with the Six of Cups. This person, whoever's about to tell, was very close to her. So yes, and then the outcome is the Four of Swords. He's about to sit somewhere for a minute.
That was
That's,
30,
you know,
37 years ago. 37 years. That's man.
51. No, it's longer than that, isn't it? No, I guess it is.
37 years ago. Yeah. So, like, justice may not always come expeditiously, but
Yeah.
it will come. Okay.
Did the statute of limitations run out on that case though? After 30?
Not with the child. I don't think there is a statute of limitation on murder because they have cold case files all the time.
Oh,
Let's look at some international finance. The Pandora Papers. For those of you who have no idea what that is, there is a think tank, a group somewhere in DC, probably down the street from me, who has been working for years, literally years, to pull together. They've got over 12 million documents linking 12% of less of all the, or excuse me, less than that of all the world's wealth to all of the players. So basically, they have created the 12 million sheet paper trail of world leaders, billionaires, and how they're all canoodling and doing really, some, at best, we'll call it questionable things. So
Hiding some money offshore.
they did the least bit. Yes. So the question was, can we do a general read? I want to know just two. I'm sure these papers are accurate, but what's in it? What are we going to get from this? They haven't been quite released yet, but they have just, if you would, come to surface very recently. So let's start digging into the Pandora Papers. If we need to ask
Everybody from Russian oligarchs to British politicians. They haven't named anybody from the US yet because apparently South Dakota and Alaska help people hide money.
It's extremely private, is what I read. Extremely private.
Yeah.
You can make a trust to yourself, so you can hide all the money you want. And if somebody comes to get it, then there's nothing there. There's nothing there.
And thank you to everybody who submitted questions for tonight. The Pandora Papers was actually one of the top, most liked question that came into the chat. So thank you guys.
So the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. We are moving information, moving money with the Two of Pentacles. This is going to continue. So I think when we hear things like this, we always wonder, is there some sort of justice? Is there some sort of whatever? No. I mean, if it was, it had been done yesterday. So this kind, or at least started some sort of investigation or some sort of whatever. You can look into all this you want to, but when it's a tax haven, when it's a money shelter, there's not a whole lot you can do without changing the system that it's in first. And in order to do that, you need to start at the ground level and get rid of the politicians who like that type of thing or support that type of thing. The Three of Wands and the Five of Cups. This will be the regret that it cannot be completed, that whatever is trying to be completed in this whistleblowing expedition, not so much. There is some more coming out, though, with the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands. There's a conflict about community. So there's a lot more information coming out. We will start to learn more names with that Ace of Cups. But what happens after that? You get the Five of Pentacles and the Devil. I don't think, and then the Knight of Pentacles. I don't think this changes anything, though.
I got the same outcome with when I pulled clarifiers for the Knight of Pentacles.
I just don't think it changes. It's just it keeps going. It keeps going. So this is more like a fascinating read than it is anything else.
Yeah, I get similar thing. It's like it shows the wealth imbalance. It is truthful, I get right off the bat, and shows how over time how all these little greedy guys that are like-minded were lying about putting money overseas. So I get that it puts a burden on Russia in particular, because I know it calls out a bunch of the Russian oligarchs. For some reason, it burdens them. So maybe calls out Putin's regime as, what they are, greedy little guys. And I think it'll maybe speak to some Republicans. That I find that kind of interesting. But I get like, behind closed doors, like it gets blocked going through court and anything happening. There will be some actions taken, but it's more about tax laws is what I'm getting.
Interesting. I have a cynical comment, but I'm going to keep it to myself. Tony, what you got?
I got that these greedy little guys, these greedy people moving money. It was fated that the information would pretty much come out, and maybe they might have some sleepless nights about the information that came out, but I don't think anything's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a page. Page is not really, some people may get fined, but it's going to be small. It's not going to be anything big that changes anything because they've got all the money in the world.
When you not only know where the bodies are buried, but you have money, you have the means to bury the bodies.
And then bury the person who buried the bodies.
That too. all of that. What you got, Becca?
I get that this has been ongoing for a very long time. This is not anything new. It may reveal some very famous people or people that are well known that have celebrity. There's the papers. What's in the papers has to do with properties and things of value. But again, nothing happens. It's blocked. With these two, it's like there may be something here domestically, not just people that are famous, perhaps world leaders, but here domestically within the U.S. The papers here, domestic within U.S. But nothing happens. It gets blocked here. So it's like
a lot hiding in South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
South Dakota.
That's so random. What's
They have antitrust or trust law, some sort of law. I read it today that you can hide money in South Dakota basically because it's more extreme than like even Switzerland and all those places because it's extremely private is the word they kept stressing.
Yeah.
Like you can't figure out who it is at no point in time.
They're saying here, Carmen is saying Elton John and Shakira. So Shakira's hips don't lie, but her accountant does.
Shakira, really? But Elton John?
Yeah.
Oh, Sir Elton. But then again,
somehow.
Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer. Okay. I mean, I have nothing more to add than what you guys have already uncovered. This has been something that's been going on for a while. A lot of greed, a lot of people in on it. The thing too, I think one of their early tactics is going to be to kind of hide the juggling of money that happened in the past. That is their main focus. How do we hide what we did? Like Johnny said, I think it was Johnny who said it. It's going to cause a lot of this, and Tony I think said too, cause a lot of discomfort right now for those who are like, when you're like, I didn't do it, but I'm close enough to it. And the moment somebody starts going in that corner, I'm like, ooh, I did kind of do something. I hope, that guilt by proximity. Yeah, they scared. There is things hiding that have not, that hasn't come out yet. Here's the kicker in the environment though, is the Seven of Pentacles. So it's going to take a while, if any, for something to come to fruition. But I got literally the same exact outcome Johnny had. I got Five of Swords. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? Who's going to play the trickery? But unfortunately, all these government officials are going to go in and start causing confusion and hiding things and cause the delay because all of the arrows are going to somehow indirectly come back to them.
Because it's two other states, Nevada and Colorado or something. There's two other states that are doing it too. Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Alaska.
Are
you can hide money there too?
I can rush up in my backyard.
The only place that I ever thought was a tax haven here within the U.S. I thought was Delaware. I didn't know South Dakota, Nevada, and Alaska.
Alaska.
Do we want to look at why, like what's up in South Dakota? Like, or are we good on that? Because South Dakota's got me scratching my head. Like,
It's their laws, you know,
It's the
and a
government.
bunch of Republicans running the state.
what y'all hiding in South Dakota? Oh. Well, let's look at some more international and finance. So we all know that China is the second biggest, if not almost getting ready to surpass America as the big superpower. A lot of China has invested their money in infrastructure. That's why they are just climbing the charts. However, part of that investment is in the housing market. So the question I got is, are American pensions and tax money invested in the Chinese housing market? When we think about our 401ks and things that are being invested on our behalf, or a lot of our even tax money, is that invested into the Chinese housing market? Because the predictions are that if China doesn't get it together, the boom will be the housing market that crashes first, which means that they take some of that those pension plans and tax money of ours with it when it crashes.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I don't get yes, I'll say it that way. I get strength and the sun, which you would think would be yes, but it's like, no, they have their own capabilities. So they don't need American money to do Chinese things. However, there is some sort of reckoning with property. So I got my King of Pentacles and the Judgment card here. And with that, when one thing falls somewhere, something else falls on the other side of the world, because our economies are connected. So nobody feels one thing alone. The Page of Wands and the Death card, there will be a message about change, not just little change. Death is the most dramatic change there is, from alive to death. So there will be some sort of huge change. Now, listen, look here. This is not some worldwide, okay, now I have to eat beans and weenies for the rest of my life type of thing. This is not some huge crash of the system. Don't take all your money out the bank and put it in your mattress or nothing like that. This is just, when crap hits the fan, it sprays everywhere. So there will be some effects felt, but it is not the end of the world.
Don't panic. I forgot to say earlier also, thank you. I think it's Elephant Wilderness for the 6th chat. May that generosity be returned to you tenfold. I apologize for not saying that earlier. Don't want to ignore your generosity. Thank you very much.
I get greed and strength right off the bat too. There's corruption all over their housing market from overseas investors. There's cover-ups on it too, to do with the housing. But I get like it's overseas people that the U.S., like, we're out in the cold from it. We're blocked from it for some reason. Not allowed in there to invest in it. So I do get there will be losses though in their housing market.
Like Johnny said, don't panic and start pulling your money out yet and tucking it underneath your mattresses.
Goodness.
They are worried, though. They're worried. They are worried, and they're very worried. But like you said, Johnny, I don't think you have to worry. I mean, we have to worry much about it. It's hold on to your money. Don't do anything rash. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about it. If it happens, like Johnny said, it'll be something small, but it won't be anything devastating.
Lucky girl, go in the corner right now.
And when you stuff that money in your bra, don't you take it out to go pay somebody with something. Okay?
That was my grandmother's wallet. Yeah.
All my years of retail, I have handled many sweaty boob dollar bills. It's like reaching down in here, pulling out money. Take this about a laundromat and dry it off first or something. Give me the impression you didn't just sweat all over this money. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Sheena. And I missed Shiana, and I missed all of you as well. So thank you for for joining us tonight. Ugh.
That's nice.
Lucky girl has no sweaty money.
And I keep thinking of like a limp, like it's just limp, like because it's so wet, and I'm just like.
You have to wrap it in a nap. Well, you have to wrap it in a handkerchief, but nobody uses those anymore.
She's in poverty.
It reminded me of that time I was in Amsterdam, and the pickpockets were really bad in Amsterdam, like really bad, like they get you so quick you don't even know. So I had money hidden everywhere, but in my breasticles. And so we went out to dinner, and I had on these thick boots with these socks. And so I excused myself to go to the restroom to pull the money out of my boot, so I didn't have to do it at the table. And when I pulled it up, like, this smells like old foot. So I literally, it's the true story, stood, they had a fan, so I turned the fan on and was drying the money underneath the fan.
You're money laundering.
Literally money laundering, because I was like, I cannot, man, this is nasty. And it smells like wool sock and sweaty foot. Yeah. So if you go to Amsterdam, hide your monies everywhere that doesn't create body sweat. And thank you so much, Catherine, for the super chat.
Oh my God. The comment, super secret hookers and blow.
I'm gonna need you to pick a struggle, though. You can't be a hooker and a drug dealer. I'm gonna need you to pick a struggle.
Oh my gosh.
But then again, that is the blessing of enterprise. You know what? You go right ahead.
You know what?
You do you. You do you.
That's funny.
And don't let anybody try to come for you doing you.
There
Okay?
you go.
Do you.
You do it.
Ooh, Lord, I lost track. Are we on Becca or do we do Tony?
Everybody's telling us where they hide their money. I can't even watch the chat anymore.
You pull something out of my boobicles, you gonna get all kinds of stuff. You ain't gonna get no money. You'd be a magician if you did, but you ain't gonna get no money out of there.
You gonna get
Some Cheerios.
I mean,
some Skittles, Cheeto dust.
chicken bones and Skittles, Kit Kats.
I'm telling you.
There's a tarot card in there.
You got a Kit Kat in there.
I
Let
got
me know.
this in there. I got 2 Kit Kats. What you mean? I got another deck of tarot cards in case I waste water on this one. I got this one. I ain't got to get up or nothing. This is right there.
Oh, I can't with money. I can't with
I mean,
money.
Man.
I got a peppermint oil down in there. That's where I keep it. It's all in there.
In the little wrapper, you take it out, and it's like it's all melted and stuffed with the paper.
You take it out and you keep it underneath there. That way your skin tastes like chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Depending on what night you have, it may end with somebody doing. If you just want to make sure.
This is how the hooker trade works. Ask Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine knows.
I ain't got no cocaine in there, but you know, I can fit it. I got a place for it.
Oh, Lord.
Everything but money.
Everything but money. Sorry, Becca.
We're killing the chat.
I forgot what we're reading on. Who's
We got to
going
spend
next?
oxygen out to
How many questions we have? Where I am right now? I'm back in Amsterdam. Apparently, sorry about that. I'm thinking about Kit Kats because
I don't even know how we got on this subject.
I have is when Johnny looks at his shirt, instead of 2 nipples, it's 2 Kit Kats. I have. And so for the rest of the night, I'm gonna be like this, looking to see if he's got pictures of
I got a
nipples.
Kit Kat now. I never get this a Kit Kat in there.
Oh my
Oh man.
I ain't got no Snickers because peanuts irritate. So I learned that last summer. walking down the street of Florida. I'm like, oh, what's going on right now? The peanut allergies, Jesus. It's called the peanut allergies. That's what that is. That's all them peanut allergies. Oh, that's what that
I
is.
can't breathe.
Oh, Jesus.
By the way, so listen, if you can't have a sense of humor, let me tell you something. What you're not going to do tonight is come into my live stream and wage any war against anybody. Because let me tell you what happens when you do that. We are all children of protected divine energy. And the moment you try to wage a war against us, not only shall that not prosper, be careful what you do and what checks you cash, because that will come back to you tenfold.
Amen.
Or I'll hex you.
Yahweh, Wawa. What is it?
You got 5 practicing witches right now on this chat. Come for us.
Come for me. I got all kind of stuff.
Okay. Everybody in this chat.
They're pulling it out for
what I got.
Because we're not gonna throw Kit Kats at you, honey, when we come for you. Okay. Now you know it takes a lot to piss me off, but that's gonna piss me off. So I'm gonna need you to miss all of us, with that negative energy right now. Point blank end periods. See, y'all see, I hate it when I have to act very stereotypical of my color, and you just made me act very stereotypical of my color.
It's leadership of your chat room. That's what.
Yes. Because listen, as a famous person, a famous friend of mine said, I am not ghetto, but I can act ghetto. Test me.
Absolutely.
Your behind up, we shall do so.
So thank you, Lucky Girl, for blocking and being very quick. Because by the time I read through it first, I was like, did that son of a gun actually?
I didn't even. I see, but it's like that's a paragraph. I ain't reading that whole thing.
Wait, are they waging a war against people who are trying to come for us? Or are you trying? Oh no! Listen. I come to every chat with a black candle warding off. Listen. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Okay.
She ain't playing, y'all. She ain't playing.
I'm not, because I'm
Happy early birthday, Adrian.
Because Mercury retrograde already done took all my damn money. So don't you come messing with me.
It's like I'm already preconditioned to be pissed off.
$536, $593 of mine this week at the dentist. No, ma'am. So again, how you gonna kick somebody who's already down? Back in you, help us finish up this. What the hell were we reading on? The financial situation in China.
Wow, there it is.
Yes, I got a yes.
Yeah, I got a yes too. But don't worry, because there's some perseverance. Like Johnny said, you can't let one big economy go down because everybody else feels it. So we'll be fine. Whew, sorry about we have to go on 18 different diatribes about titty money and witchism, but titty money and witchism it is. I also want to thank Rhonda again for the super chat. Thank you. So I'm glad we are cracking you up. Don't come if you got a proclivity to sensitivity. This is probably not going to be the live stream for you. Okay, because Johnny, Tony, and I already got us thrown off of my live stream last week. So
I told you every time Shining Hawk Healing is somewhere
in this vicinity,
that I gotta act like I ain't got no sense.
I got no damn sense.
I won't even blame Tony. It just seems like when she around, I gotta act like
you bring it out. And I'm like,
why is everybody picking on me?
It's not even your fault. It's just when you are present, I feel like, where did my home training go? Why do I have
You lost your training, bro.
You know what it is? This is what I'm gonna tell you what it is. I found out. I just found out 2 seconds ago. when you say something and it's very inappropriate, she laughs at it instead of giving you the, why did you say that face? So you are encouraged to be.
I'm sorry.
That's what happens.
And
I'm
that's
afraid of one more time. So wait a minute.
and don't give the
It's
class
funny.
clown ammunition. Except for the pulled out. I have a city. I'm dead. Wait.
Put it back down.
He pulled it out his titty. He pulled it out his
See, and Tony is encouraging such behavior.
Oh my God.
That's not what I just saw, right? He pulled that entire bottle out.
I told you I got space.
I'm telling you, I'm so red, I'm going to pass out.
What else you got? I ain't got no milk glands. I got space for everything down in there.
Please, I can't.
Johnny's the only person who carried coins in his chest.
I was like, did he pull
Yes.
this from betwixt his breasts? He
Because
did.
you might have a got to pay a toll or something. You got a couple quarters down in there. You never know. It might be too late to turn around and be like, damn, you got 50 cents? I sure do. Bloop, bloop, keep it driving.
Oh, I needed you a couple weeks ago. Oh, I can't.
Thank you, Cold Toes and Marie.
Thank you, and thank you, Jen, because I can't get it out. Oh God, my brain is.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now.
No, don't stop. Don't. What advice did we just give somebody in the chat? Don't have nobody stop you from doing you, boo-boo. I would just also like to know we're 42 minutes and 12 seconds in, and we've only done 3 questions. 2 questions.
Oh, that's because we have more fun than breaking down. She'd have done 9 shows by the time in 42 minutes. I know the house keys scratched, so I don't put house keys down in there.
No, yeah, they scratch.
They scratch.
I learned that in elementary school. You don't hide your house keys and
They scratch you.
it hurt. And then your chest smells like that weird metal smell.
Yeah, I can't. That's offensive.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, somebody pick a topic: COVID and health, domestic terrorism, or the goon posse.
Let's go, goons.
All right, goon posse. Let's take a look at Mitch McConnell.
Go.
Y'all know him and his boy toy are feuding. They've been beefing.
Who?
Him and Trump.
Oh,
You know,
that's so sad.
I wish I cared more other than to be petty, but I just don't. So let's do the particular question was, can we look at Mitch's health, career, track, and broken down by months? Seeing as we're already 43 minutes in, we've only done 2 questions. 12 months is a very long time to try to pull each card. So let's just take a look right now on what's going on with Mitch McConnell. Because, you know, I'm going to have to pre-spray all of this. Hold on.
Are we looking at his health, Adrian?
If somebody wants to look at his health, if somebody wants to look at career track, they can do that. I'm gonna look at his energy, just do a chakra reading. And
Okay. I'm gonna sit this one out, Adrian.
okay,
Did the grand tableau on him not too long ago.
okay.
Thank
So
you,
with
Kathy.
Hey, you guys! Everybody hit the thumbs up for Adrian for birthday.
And for Becca, her birthday, and for I almost called this man Donald. That is not his name. I think his name is Thomas. Thomas's birthday, Lori Kettle's birthday. Thumbs up for everybody's birthday, all the Librans.
Happy birthday, Thomas and Lori.
Because y'all know we're crazy, right?
We know now.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Mitch McConnell. I'm going to just look at every time I do a chakra reading on Mitch McConnell, I feel like I need to burn my cards. So these super chat donations will go towards buying me a new deck of cards.
I cannot keep Artie off my table tonight.
Put the medicine down there. I bet he won't come back.
Yeah.
Marie says turtle soup. I cannot with him. Has anybody heard from almost called this woman by the wrong name? I have to catch myself. His old girl, Chow, Elaine Hun. What's her name?
She's in a bunker somewhere trying to lay low.
Okay.
She's probably somewhere watching TikTok videos of him falling down them steps.
And she's laughing. Laughing.
She just didn't care. I'm like, that's your husband of 55 years. He just fell up the steps. You should have been like, oh my God.
She'd turn that turtle on his backside if she could.
She just looked and rolled her eyes like, oh, here we go with the fall. And you're so dramatic. Lord Jesus.
Oh, I can't.
So I did Mitch McConnell and career. There's the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. So he is trying to exert some sort of power and influence. This is something by force as well, because this is my card for force, the Ace of Wands. So he is trying to basically exert some sort of force. Now, mind you, he accomplishes such a thing because they kind of let him. The Strength and the King of Cups. As of right now, he is in the driver's seat. Sad as that may sound, but there it is. There is the Eight of Pentacles, the Justice, and the Three of Swords. Somebody around him in his sphere is going to suffer a huge loss at the justice system. Now, this is not right now. This may be 8 months down the line, but you may see it develop right now, which is probably why it's popping up. So there's somebody close to him or on his team or on his side or something like that. So whatever, probably another senator or something like that. But they're caught up in something, and they're about to suffer some sort of loss there. There's also somewhat around him making him a lot of money. Now, here's the problem with that. It's not illegal. It's just, I would even say immoral. It's just, it's if you said it out loud, it would sound bad type of thing. So it's kind of one of those things. So he is doing some sort of advantage taking, I'll call it that. So somebody around him is making him a lot of money, but as far as him leaving, we always saw him leaving, but for right now, he is still there because it's kind of like Paul Ryan. There's at least one thing he needs to accomplish, and then he can turn it over. But he's doing a lot of posturing because he can right now.
Oh, Jen.
I get he has circulatory issues on the bottom, but I wasn't focusing on his health. It's like all this talk in the courts and subpoenas and all that, he's trying to disrupt that. So I think he's trying to cover up and stall for the January 6th committee as part of it, trying to move on. And he's just standing in his own power and, trying to shine a light on anything he can, even if it's, sneaky, a lie. He's just about delay, make the Biden presidency just look sick and not doing well for the country. And he's got a lot of, he's seeking more people to partner with, like-minded people. It's all about the money for him and fighting the White House, fighting Biden as much as he can. Thank you, SO.
Yeah.
I don't get he's going anywhere anytime soon.
It's funny, I did get the leaving card, but that's in the environment. So it may be someone around him that has to leave because here he is. He's the money man for the Repubs, making deals and taking names, taking numbers. He's got the world card. This guy is the luckiest man ever. Look at him. This is crazy. This is crazy. So frustrating.
It's frustrating, and I don't know. I need Democrats to take notes. I need somebody on the Democratic Party to take note. Watch what he does and learn how to do it for our side. Build that type of person for our side.
You better say that.
I don't know what else to say. I always, instead of being pissed off at the loud person in the room who gets what they always want, I've learned something in my 17 years of corporate America, I sit back and I watch that mother sucker and I take lessons from them. And I go, I may not like what they're doing, but next time I need something to work to my advantage, I'm going to pull one of their cards. Dems, let's watch what he does and let's see we can, and then say, I learned it from watching you. Okay. There's
I learned it from watching you.
Love that commercial in the 80s. There's a truth he's either sitting on or needs to tell. I keep hearing it is about January 6th. So he's either hiding it or he's about to snitch. But the thing is, it's going to be to enhance him with the solar plexus chakra. So what I'm thinking is what I'm getting with these two cards combined, I can't stand somebody who conveniently tells the truth only when it helps them. As ASAP Rocky says, everybody wants to play the tough guy until Ish pops off. No, play the tough guy all the time.
It's like after the fact, like telling the truth, like all these people writing books. It's like, why didn't you, Stephanie Gershon, why didn't you speak up,
And not even just speak up, Jen. Why didn't you do something? Say, like, was it John said earlier, say something, do something earlier. So no, don't you try to talk now, Mr. Turtle, to embolden your power. Go sit down with a hot box of coals. Creative flexibility with his sacral chakra. Again, this is somebody who's about to start manipulating the truth very creatively to embolden his power. Watch for that. So basically, just another day is Mitch McConnell.
He's such a miscreant. Like, just
yes, I love that.
He's the devil.
He is. He makes the devil. He actually makes the devil look like a Boy Scout. He's so just,
Mm-hmm.
Can we put a timeline on it and ask, will he make it to the midterms in 2022?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can take a look. Because him and his wife, ugh. I almost asked a very inappropriate question. I'm so glad because I'm gonna blame Tony because it's coming about Tony that makes me. I was gonna ask, do you think him and his old girl ever, kiss and touch each other?
That's not why they're together.
No.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money.
He can't even stand up straight on his legs, so he definitely can't.
What the hell?
And his hand
Every time I see you leaning over like Smooth Criminal Michael Jackson, and you definitely know.
If she can't even help pick him up off the floor when he falls.
You ain't got no life in your hands. You ain't got nothing nowhere else.
But do you think they've at least like once? I just can't see it. I can't see it. They don't even like try to act like a married couple. Like, oh,
you can't slap his hand away because it's dead.
If she slapped his hand away, it would turn into dust.
But you know what gets me about that whole relationship, though, Adrian? It's like he's such a racist to see him within. That I'm like
Asian American.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, though. Which one? So I always think about Mitch McConnell. It's like clearly his greed trumps his racism.
Yeah.
Because he would rather. And I think about like, oh, of course, because her daddy is like a gazillion trillionaire and super powerful. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you all the racist jokes and racist books I have in my bathroom about y'all, but I'm gonna go ahead and hide them when you guys come over for family dinners.
Well, there's all kinds of pictures of him with Civil War flags and stuff,
Confederate flag and everything.
Confederate flags and stuff.
Mm.
He's such a little bug.
That's the thing that gets me, though. It's like if you're going to be a racist, be consistent with your racism. Like, not, oh, you're a super bazillionaire, so I'm gonna let it slide for you. Like,
it's just that.
I say I hate him, and then all the empaths of the world. Oh my God, you shouldn't say it. Hate is human, okay?
Johnny, you're not Mother Teresa.
And I don't give a. There you go. So if he fell off the world, I would laugh and cheer. Okay,
I would celebrate with a bottle of champagne.
I would. I mean, if he was on fire, I wouldn't spit to put him out. It's that strong. And mind you, it probably has something to do with a past life, because the first time I seen him, I didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know his policies and all these type of things. This was a long time ago, before I was into politics. Yep. First time I seen him, I'm like, that's a son of a sucker, and I don't like it. But anyhow, my first card for him is, as far as his road to 2022, is the devil. He's a shoe-in. So if he wants to run, I don't care who, Martha McNally, Sally, who was the last person to run against him. If Obama ran against him, I bet you he'd win.
Well,
But
he's
time
not,
out.
he's not
a
running.
senator. Yeah, he's in for another 6 years.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
not 2022. Whatever his road to re-election is,
Gotcha.
it's a shoe-in.
Okay.
The Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords with the Two of Wands, there is something, though, impeding his future.
Yeah.
This is if he ran or if he had some sort of whatever, then he can manipulate to get back to where he was. However, there is something here impeding his plans. The Two of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords. There's something, and it's coming quickly. And it's not something he can stop because it was something that was sort of either on the effects of it were unplanned. So it's kind of like premature. Like this was not what we planned on. So it kind of throws a wrench into something. So if we were to have a discovery with the Star about force and the Five of Swords, about the bullying tactics, about his in particular bullying tactics, about his contracts and his things like that, that looks bad, but it's not as damaging to the devil because he's already known to be a liar and a scheme. So you can't prove the devil is the devil by saying to everybody he's a liar. What you need is to say this is the damage he has done. So if you can tie him, which I think he is, to January 6th, some way, somehow, that is the thing that stops his plans.
I get almost the same exact thing. There is something that's about to cause, and it's a tie with money. Like even if he knows where the money came from or helped support it, that's going to cause some confusion. Is going to put a major hitch in the giddy up with the death card. It is going to cause some type of major change. He doesn't know whether to shit or go blind with the Two of Swords. He's not going to know how to respond. And when I tell you with the Eight of Swords, he's going to be so mentally trapped because he's never been in this kind of predicament before. He's always been able to skate. He's not going to be able to do that. And there's going to be a lot of anxiety with the Nine of Swords. Sorry to jump in order. Sorry, Jen.
That's okay.
I
get for 2022, like he has strength up until then, but it's like there's something he's trying to hide in a business deal and money that he's got that they're going to come after him. And it's just going to be a matter of time. I get a yes, he makes it to 2022 to secure the votes that he wants and partner with everybody he wants. And then right after midterms, it's like exit stage left. These are all my you're going to the other side cards. I don't know. I'm not going to say he goes to the other side, but he might.
Because see, I didn't want to go that because I don't want to predict death. That's not my arena. I didn't give you life. I can't give you death. But there's your heart and there's your attack. So
Tickets to the park.
Yeah.
Yes. I got that same card that something gets in his way because the man's got the tower. So, but yeah, he's still going to be in government in 2022, keeping his little secrets and making his little deals. So, Mitch McConnell.
Adrian, may I interrupt for a second?
Don't even ask, just do it.
So, talking about Mitch McConnell and tickets to the park, this reminds me of the story that Johnny was telling us a few days ago about the jack-o'-lantern and the story of the jack-o'-lantern. Like,
and I thought about him during.
No.
I thought about that story during talking about him because that's him.
Yep.
I mean, if Satan wants to call one of his children back home.
Well, see, the story of the jack-o'-lantern. This man, his name was Jack. They called him Stingy Jack because he was a bit of a miser. And so he meets the devil, and him and the devil go to a bar because they're going to have a drink together. And he convinces the devil to turn himself into a coin. That way he can pay for it. So the devil does so, and then he didn't pay for the drinks. Instead, he put the coin in his pocket. It is right next to a cross, so the devil cannot transform back into his own form. And so he told the devil, if you don't bother me for a whole year, and you do not reap my soul when I die, I will let you free. And so the devil agrees, and he let him free. So a whole year passes, the devil comes back. And so he convinces the devil to climb this tree to get a piece of fruit. That way we can eat it. So he climbs up the tree, the devil, and Stingy Jack carves a cross into the bark of the tree so the devil can't come down. This is Mitch McConnell right here. And so
That is Mitch McConnell.
he said, I will let you come down if you do not bother me for 10 whole years. So within that 10 years, because the devil agrees, naturally, in that 10 years, Jack dies. He goes to the pearly gates, stands before God. God says, you can't come in here. You're such a horrible person. Be gone from me, you worker of iniquity. I knew you not. And so he has to now march down to hell. He gets to hell, and devil says, you can't come in here either. All the tricks that you played on me, I don't know you. You got bye-bye. And so he now roams the Irish landside with the lantern, and they call him Jack of the Lantern. And Jack-o'-lantern, that's where that comes from. And so he's a wandering spirit.
Like
because
the
he was
hermit.
rejected by both God and the devil. That's how horrible you are.
That's much of a butt wipe you are.
That's Mitch McConnell.
It's like the hermit card with his lantern.
He just wanders.
Mitch, you make my butt itch, McConnell. Yep. You know what? Let me not do the transition I wanted to do that has something to do with butts. Mike Pence. Well, Mike Pence. Pulling it in. This is going to be very inappropriate. Well, Mike, Becca, I'm sorry. I know you and Jen. I know y'all try to be. I know you guys are higher vibration, and we pulling you right down to the bowels of hell with us tonight.
No.
And Tony again is just sitting back co-signing like.
There is no Mother Teresa on the screen right here. Because we've been talking about Jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So tell us about the butthole, Adrian.
Whatever you want with butts. Mike Pence, will he be called to testify about January 6th?
Mike Pence.
There's a fly in it.
Again, if some of these people weren't awful human beings, we wouldn't be ridiculing. I'm just saying.
That's why it's itchy.
Oh, they go through his prostate exam. You have flies in there, sir. What's happening? We need to do blood work.
It's called the damn flies.
We need to do blood work. Why do you have flies in here? And he says, because I am your father.
Where he keeps his little vial of dead flies.
He's the Lord of Flies.
Will he be called to testify? Oh, Lord, take all the wheels, Jesus.
And he's got to ask Mommy if he can go testify.
He's going to have to ask Mother. Somebody to call.
You know what she's going to say.
Mother's not going to let him.
Too busy at the hunting camp. I'm trying to tell you.
Well. I mean,
there's some sort of resistance to it, but I get yes, basically. Knight of Cups on the bottom, but I get the Sun and then the World card. There's some sort of statement he has to make. This is in front of people, though. So I don't know if this is public or what's going to be public, but this is something is public, or at the very least, it is shown to the public, or it's it's like one of them drawings or something, minus the fly. It's like there's some sort of something that comes out to us. Seven of Wands and the Queen of Cups. There's also something about defending. So he may try to, in his statement, maybe play a little victim to where maybe he needed to climb to higher ground type thing. Three of Swords and Five of Swords. There's something about his duty that he thought he was doing and being separated from the pack type of thing. That's a crock of crap. So, I mean, buy that if you want to. But I also feel like this is not going to be a one and done type thing. There's a Six of Swords. This is a rough transition, which means you're going to have to navigate these waters, which means you're probably going to need to lawyer up. The Hierophant and the Empress. This is going to start a whole new day-to-day operation, new way of life, new everything here with your work with the government. So if you thought you were going to run for president in 2024, you're going to have to maybe put a little pause on that, because it looks like you got to go to court, Slappy.
Ooh, what you got, Jen?
I get he gets burdened to talk. Justice coming for him. Yeah, let's go after the celebrity and the devil. What you up to that day? It'll take an act of God to get him. So I think it'll take a court, order to get him in there. He'll give a little bit and walk away, but that's unfinished work. He's got to come back and finish his work. So I get, like, he comes back, he manipulates the story of January 6th and the riot. I get that. And then he's like waiting and lawyering up and going through that difficult transition, and all this stuff keeps coming up about the work he did on the voting, and he becomes like a star witness, I guess. So
they tried to kill you, dude. They were gonna kill you. What? Really? Or are you trying to lawyer up and protect yourself because you found it? Like, remember how Tanya Harding said she didn't know they were gonna bash in Nancy Kerrigan's kneecaps, but she said she found out after the fact to try to cover up. Is that what you want to pull, a Tanya Harding?
Yep. With a fly on his head and his bike.
Bro, sit down.
He really has. He wants to run for president, but this is really burdening him. He's trying to climb to higher ground, but all of his secrets are coming back to haunt him. He has some decisions to make about will he or won't he testify. I think that he will testify, and we will all see it, because he's still kind of scared about what happened on January 6th.
Yeah.
And the truth is going to come out about his partnerships and his plans, all the plans. But yeah, there's going to be some illumination surrounding all of that confusion.
Got Becca.
I got a yes. Yes.
He's gonna want to try to not and stand independent and be tight-lipped. However, I think that subpoena is coming, and it's gonna come quick, hard, and fast.
And in a hurry.
Thank you. I was like, wow, that I realized that I'm the only person who has that dirty of a brain. So yes, he's gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, he's gonna try to be kind of shady, and he's still, like Tony said, he's still kind of scared. So his shady tactic is going to be more, because I think they still may be threatening to kill him. You don't just threaten to kill somebody once, y'all. I'm sorry. I still threaten to kill my sisters every time I see them when I think they're about to hang up on me. So you just don't do that.
She doesn't mean it, y'all. She doesn't.
Oh yeah. No, I do. I love them, but I didn't say kill. I just say threaten. Okay. Though something's going to come in to change. He's going to have to. There's something that's going to make him change what he's about to say. Or they're going to make, not only he's going to have to change his perspective. If he does it, they're going to make him the sacrificial lamb too, because this is in the environment. To what everybody else said, this is just the beginning. This is the outcome card, the Chariot. This is going to be the very slow beginning to a very long process.
So keep that in mind before we get 100 questions of when, because it's frustrating. I understand. Like for 2 years, oh, this is going to happen when? Well, this is going to happen when? Like, just we don't know. Okay, if we control time, it'd have been yesterday.
Right.
And it's also to do with the Mark Meadows and Steve Bannons. They're going to try to appeal those subpoenas.
Yep.
Trump's already telling them don't show up.
Yeah, it's going to be delayed. They're going to show up eventually, but it's going to go through a series of delays first because that's the only tactic that they have left. So,
and we still have mother suckers who still didn't show up when they were subpoenaed for the first time we threw the book at Trump. What?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I want to look at, speaking of January 6th and our lovely, let's call it what the FBI wants to call it, domestic terrorism, call the thing. Will the person or people responsible for the removal of the panic buttons at the Capitol ever be brought to justice? Will the people, persons, whomever who played that little tricky sneaky with the panic buttons, are they ever going to be discovered and brought to justice? Thank you to all 359 people who are in the chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who donated tonight, the super chats. I pray that generosity is returned to you tenfold. Thank you, Johnny, Jen Lynn, Tony, Becca, and Lori, even though she's here with us in spirit. And I know she said she's watching. I got a message from her.
She was in the chat earlier.
Yeah. So thank you.
So it says yes, but this is one of those I will believe it when I see it type of things. The 8, because this seems very hard to pin down. And so that's why I kind of doubt it. But there's the Ace of Pentacles with the Empress. The information comes out of something new. So with the Empress card here, it's like it comes out in maybe discovery, maybe questioning somebody else that leads to somebody else that leads to the rat that killed the cat that lives in the house, the Jack Bill type of thing. So it's a compounding thing, but you have to wait until you start to compound. The 5 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. Once all the bickering and the fighting and all that kind of stuff starts, then you get the worry and the narrowing down because you'll see who's shaking in the corner type thing. But yes, somebody is secured. It's kind of towards the end of one thing here with the World card. There's a completion. So it's kind of like once we have issued out all the subpoenas and we have done all these testimonies, then we start a new round of something because every ending is a beginning to something else. So it's going to take a while though. So this is not, they're going to find out who did it tomorrow. I think it comes out in discovery of other things.
Yeah, I get somebody in the house gets trapped in this and it comes to completion through questioning. So this is a little ways off. You know, the ship has not returned to port yet, but it's going to be a big breakthrough. And there's going to be like a whole team, a whole group of them involved in this. Sneaky stuff affecting security, then covering it up. Yeah, definitely comes out, but it's going to take a little while.
Oh, you're muted.
Tony, you're muted.
I got the same thing that you got, Johnny. And yeah, it's going to take a while because they're going to juggle with all the other stuff that has to go along with it before they really get to the nitty gritty. The gritty. So
it's a lot there.
I think they will find it.
Thank you to Vicky. I just got a donation from you, so thank you so much for the donation. Made that like y'all knew what the hell that meant. Sorry. I got a notification. I got a donation. Thank you so much, Vicky.
Lori's still here.
Generosity be returned to you tenfold. Thank you, Lori, for the birthday wishes. Becca, what you got?
I get that the investigation is widespread, and the bigger the net gets, they'll eventually find a person. It's going to take time. The investigation needs to mature.
Yeah.
I got curious too, because I also read this that someone that is a celebrity that's very sneaky and manipulative, that's a conservative. So I asked, who was it? And it looks like it was a small group of people that had some sort of a meeting to cut off the phones or cut off communication for the insurrection here. This is around 7 to 12 people that may have been in cahoots to cut the lines or cut for them to not be able to call for the insurrection here. So again, it needs the widespread investigation needs to mature. So
I got something similar. The call came from inside the house, and we all know who that call came from.
That is so diabolical.
Yeah.
What would these guys have done if someone had been killed? Besides the police, and stuff, like if one of our Congress people had been killed.
You know,
They would have
Marjorie
been happy about it.
would have been laughing about it. She would have laughed about it. She would have laughed about it.
They are so morally bankrupt. It is beyond.
So wild.
This is like a Twilight Zone episode where everybody's different, you're the same, or you're different, everybody's the same. I don't know. Something weird is going on.
Yes, I do think, though, because there is some supportive truth that's getting ready to come out. The Six of Pentacles, to me, when I am talking about like a big picture, is always a snitch, because it's sharing of time, money, and resources, what it technically means. But it's literally paired with the Five of Swords, which is that sneakery. They about to start telling on each other. There is somebody, and they got to be, because what the challenge was that for the whole reading was this Ace of Wands, this new action. Something's getting ready to come out. Something through this investigation. There's going to be too much loss. Too many people are going to be. Do I go out myself, or if I'm going out, I'm taking everybody else out with me, because there's too much loss. The Ten of Swords is in the environment. There's way too much stress in the word of warning with the Nine of Swords. Okay, in the end, the outcome is the Seven of Wands, having to defend. So yeah, they're all about to snitch on each other. The people who are in on it together, they know that this, because what is interesting to me was the Emperor was also paired with the Temperance. He knows that everybody knows the call came from inside the house, but he's protected himself so much it can't come back to him. That's how he always operates. I don't say it directly. I just have other people say it, or they know my coded language.
Yeah,
so
they know what I mean.
They know what I mean. So it's going to be up to these people who snitch to say, because I hate to say this, I'm all for somebody snitching to save themselves if it brings out the bigger picture.
It gets the big fish.
Yep.
You know what I've always wondered about that whole situation, Adrian? It's like you would think that those hallways and halls would have cameras that could be reviewed to see
offices bugged so you could hear or go back and hear conversations. We're not stupid. Come on now. If my company knows how long I went to the toilet because they can monitor my VPN, what the hell do you think the government's going to do in the Capitol?
Exactly. It just seems like first of all, they're too stupid to get away with it. And second of all, it's like there has to be some sort of footage or camera or something.
We've already seen some of the footage from January 6th. So all they got to do is back up a day or two and see who was creeping around the offices at midnight.
Yep. Thank you. That's so true, Jenny.
I wonder if they already have it.
Let's ask.
They're trying.
They already have footage. They already know like who was in there.
Because you can't, if they don't already know, we got as Americans, we got some problems because our government is we're not playing with a full set of bocce balls right now. Do they already know?
Bully card on the bottom.
So, Autumn, hold on 2 seconds, Johnny. Autumn, I'm looking at the computer, like you can see that I'm looking and talking directly to Autumn. So I'm looking at the camera and talking directly to Autumn. Autumn, here's what had happened. I was going to join your 1000th live stream, and I didn't block off my work calendar, and my boss put a meeting on my damn calendars during the time. So I'm so sorry I couldn't join because I had emailed you, said I was going to be there, and all of a sudden it didn't show up. That's tacky, and I apologize. I'm very sorry. Sorry, Johnny. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
There is a problem with technology. With the Wheel of Fortune is my card for technology. Then there's 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, King of Swords. Here's the thing. If you run a red light, they know where your house is to send you a ticket. You mean to tell me that your nation's representatives are not just as protected, are not just as tracked? Something is fishy, and it ain't fish. There's something weird here. I don't know. I can't really tell you yes or no. I can just tell you I can't go with yes, but I'm wondering why not yes at the same time. I didn't pull enough cards for that, but I don't get yes.
I'm getting yes, but they're keeping it quiet because this was treason and treachery and stuff, and they want to move to higher ground on the people who did this. So I get a yes, and they know who made the decision and who was the circle of support that went in and did the action and killed the buttons. So they're laying low. I'm getting because they don't want to block any of the other people that they want to go after that are going to have regrets. They're getting ready to charge in. They're working their way up. That's what I'm getting. But I get a yes. They know who the emissaries for the king were. They know who the king was.
Tony, you're deep in thought.
Who gave the command?
I got that same card, Johnny. So, for, I don't know if that's electronics, but the people's house, they took their mode of communication away. Bad things happened because of it. They're sitting on a lot of information, but I think that they will eventually. It's a yes. I'll say yes. Yes.
She got back.
Y'all know if that was a whole mob of black people, they'd all be in jail already.
Oh, okay.
Under the jail.
Under the jail. They would have already been tried, prosecuted, and given a death sentence. And some of them would have already been executed.
Mm-mm.
I get that, not right now, but it comes out during committee. There's the insurrection here where they were trying to change something. There's the big problem that it caused, and then it comes out to the light here. So there's something where it could be someone saying something in committee, or they get paperwork from the courts, whatever it is, it comes out to the light. So, and I would give my left foot to see that. I can't say the word because it's very offensive. Marjorie Taylor Greene in jail, not with a little slap on the hand, misdemeanor, probation, like hard time, like hard ass time.
Yeah.
Because she was all up in it.
But she wouldn't give up, right? She would, if they came after her, I think that she would be the kind of person who would have an arsenal in her back pocket, and she would not go freely. She would put up a fight, a big fight.
Yep.
And from jail, she'd scream, "I'm mistreated," over and over.
Yeah.
Because she's not brave. She's not even tough. She's just loud and obnoxious. And ain't nobody busted in the head with a bag of nickels yet. That's all that.
And stupid.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gross.
Yeah.
It's like Trump. Trump's just gross.
Super gross. I get there is something they're keep playing their cards close to the chest. There is the y'all can see the Hierophant and the High Priestess. So there's your government or your officials keeping secrets, and the Magician. They're keeping the resources close to them. They're going to play their cards and use them when they need to and how they need to. They know. My prayer is they play their cards smart. It's like when you play spades with somebody who doesn't know when your partner doesn't know how to count cards.
Oh, God.
And you trying to run a Boston, but they try to cut somebody else's two of spades with, you know, the big joker, and you're like,
It's like you ain't got no 3 at all. At all.
like no tact.
Yeah. Oh, I had a 3. Oh, I had a 3.
And then they gonna try to
I'm-
renege. No,
But that's me. That's me because I am not a strategist. I'm
Oh,
just
but
play
that's
what's
me.
in my hand.
I can't play cards to save my life. So
Then
that's,
I'm gonna talk mess the whole time. No,
I can't even talk mess. That's too stressful for me.
that's this my family. That's where this comes from. That's why I do this sometimes. It's like we were playing cards once. Sidebar. I'm so sorry. First
Sidebar.
digression, viewers.
Yes.
And my aunt or my mother, one of them, I don't know, somebody, they were playing and the other person was talking a lot of mess. Like, go on and put that out there. I know what you got left, and they didn't because they can't count cards. So she had an ace of spades. She did that and stuck it to their head and walked off. It's like I win, boom, there you go. We some mess talkers in our family.
So because I'm pretty good at multitasking, but that's too much multitasking. I've got to count my cards, count my partner's cards, count the cards that are on the table, count the other people, and anticipate what they have. Then I got to talk smack at the same time. No, done.
I can't do it.
That's too much. That's way too much pressure. I am too simple. Ooh, y'all got time for one more?
Sure.
All right. So many to choose from. Okay, let's end with a conspiracy theory. Let's end a conspiracy theory if we can. Are y'all familiar with Tiffany Dover?
No.
Tiffany Dover is the nurse who got the COVID vaccine like live on camera. She's the one who passed out. And everybody's like, oh, that's not a good idea. And they were like, man, you were a nurse. You're not supposed to like pass out with needles. Like, you're making all of us look bad. And somehow all the Republicans, especially all the anti-vaxxers, they started a conspiracy theory that she's dead. She stopped working at the hospital that she was employed with, and nobody has really heard from her. She did make somebody on her behalf made one brief statement that said, yes, she's still alive, but she's not, dead. But nobody has heard or seen from her since. Where the hell is she?
What's her name, Adrian?
Tiffany Dover.
Tiffany Dover.
Yeah. She passed out on camera. Hard.
Before
No,
or after the shot?
Yeah.
Stuck it in her arm, passed out.
No.
So technically during, if you will.
Okay, wait. I got
But
a
there
song
is-
going in my head. I'm trying to cut it off.
She was the big, there was a huge, she was like the poster woman on all of the anti-vax. This is why you can't trust the vaccine conspiracy
Kids are gonna
Facebook
pass out.
pages. And her family's like, no, her representative's like, she's alive, she's fine. Stop. But nobody's heard or seen from her.
Yeah, she's fine. There's an offer to go away. So I don't know if she was paid to be
Mhm.
dramatic and then just vanish. But there's the Page of Pentacles. So there's some sort of document, or this is a document worth money. So some sort of contract possibly. Four of Cups. It was kind of reluctant to take, but it's probably more money to ignore or than you can ignore. And then the Knight of Swords. This was sort of a rash decision, maybe something she had to make literally overnight or whatever, but it was for a certain kind of benefit. So it's kind of like you can elevate yourself a lot more or whatever. But yeah, she's fine. Justice and the Emperor, she's still roaming the countryside, I suppose, with Jack-o'-lantern, but it's... She got more money than I do, so God bless you.
Her and Jack are BFF.
We're gonna learn something about her soon. I'm getting
That's a good thing.
she's fine. Her challenge is to go back, to nursing. It's like, no, she secured a lot of money. She did the work of the king. Somebody asked her and they were quite satisfied with her. She got her payment, strength on that, and then she moved on to hide out. I get like she's stuck somewhere cold. But something
ground.
we're gonna hear something about her soon.
Yep.
So she's stuck
Wow.
somewhere cold, so maybe she's up in Alaska or somewhere.
South Dakota hide money and people.
Got her money and her body in a trust.
What you got, Tony?
So yeah, she was, down on her luck. Somebody offered her something to take a dive. So she did. She took a dive. And it was an agreement. It was an agreement. Yeah, and it's, secret. Uh-oh, here I am. It's secret. So she's okay. She's all right. She's living really pretty right now.
La vida loca.
Living la vida loca.
Maybe it's a little luck she'll run into Brian Landry.
Maybe.
Know how that ends.
Mm-hmm.
I get that she's with a man, quite possibly, that could be advancing in age. So I don't know if she is no longer a nurse, but works with seniors or taking care of a senior man. But that's what I get.
Mm-hmm. I get this was a contrived plan with the Empress. There's somebody high up, some type of official got her to do this. So I get kind of what Tony and Johnny got. Because there's the devil. This is the challenge, that this was not the best thing. You should be careful who you lay in bed with a dog. Some fleas come out to get you. I'm with Jen. Sword of truth. And here and now. Something's getting ready to come out, though. It's getting ready to come out. She's going to have to defend. I'm also got the Ace of Wands. And her word of warning is judgment. Don't think what you did is not going to make a full circle. Watch out what you do. But what you're going to hear mainly, though, is that this was the plan that was set in motion. This was always, she is bought and paid for some way, somehow. And like maybe they even picked the best person who passes, because I saw in the chat, she said she has a medical condition where she passes out, when she gets pain. Isn't that the most perfect person to pick?
Yeah.
But I mean, come on. A shot, though, it's not a shot with an AK. It's a shot with the needle. That kind of pain would make you pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not 4. So, I mean, okay. Maybe I just got lizard skin and I've never felt a shot. So I guess that's just me. I'm one of the lizard people.
You're a reptilian.
Dead on the inside, because the only shot I ever had hurt was my tetanus shot, and that again was way after the fact, not the actual needle.
People like tetanus and TB; those are supposed to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This was people say anyway, but I don't know. Anyway,
The peanut butter shot hurts.
I don't know. Oh, for allergies.
Peanut butter, the penicillin, they give it to you in your butt and you got to massage it out because it leaves like a lump on your butt for like days and days and days. It hurts because it's thick. It's really thick and it's right on your butt bone.
You gotta give yourself a booty massage.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know if it's spanking, so and I didn't feel that either.
I think my butt may just be too big then.
Mine too.
Thank you so much, Beth Cat, for the super chat. May that generosity be returned to you tenfold. Any one of you 4 wonderful people have one last question you want to end with, or anything you want to take a look at?
I want to know the future of Facebook, if we could.
Yeah, let's do that.
If we could be petty for a second on that too.
I mean, again, I noticed when $7 is missing from my checking account, I can't imagine $7 billion.
$7 billion.
But
And he was
that
off
was
on
a
his
drop in
work.
the bucket for him, right?
That was nothing. He was like, that's how much I spent on dinner last night. What you talking about? What is the future of the face, the friend face? Because old girl sang like a canary.
He says everything she said didn't make sense. Well, of course you're going to say that.
Of course you're gonna say that.
Zuckerberg.
A little long faced self. She got in there and told.
Whenever I see him, I feel like he is the stupidest smart guy that I've ever, heard about.
You know everything in this book, but you have no common sense whatsoever.
Yeah, he always looks perplexed.
He looks vacant to me.
He's very vacant looking.
He's a cipher.
Wait, what's our question?
What's
The future of Facebook.
Yeah.
They say it was a worldwide outage.
That was their fault.
That's what they say. At least that's what the PR needs to say, I think. But that call may have come from inside the house too.
I still think that call came from inside the house. I'm like, bro, come on now.
So if you ask me, I think this might be a trend. This little surprise here with the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. This may continue until it peaks. There's something about it that has not seen its ending yet, that has not seen its maturity yet. It's not going to die completely. I think we are kind of, well, I won't say that either, but I will say it, and it's not really necessarily true, but I'll say it for the sake of conversation. We are not necessarily in the age where things just die out like MySpace did. Facebook will be around. It may not be as popular because people want to go to Snapchat and all these different types of things, but it is going to die down, but it's not going to go away completely. The Chariot and the 10 of Cups, it will still be there. They will grow back and he will get his money back because, that's how capitalism works. But again, he himself, Zuckerberg, or whoever the person is in charge, whatever the face of Facebook would be, is going to have extreme losses. The 10 of Swords, there is no other indication that this is incremental. This is extreme losses. So it's like, boom, one day, 7 billion. Boom, next day, 3 billion. So it's like he doesn't have like he lost a few points on the Dow. This is always going to be in the extreme cases. Which is kind of karmic because you stole the idea in the first place. So it would only stand to reason that you are constantly losing giant chunks of money at a time. But the Page of Swords, this ends not in a good way. So there will be some diminishing of Facebook, which fine because Russia book and January 6th book is what you ought to be called. So there will be some diminishing of Facebook, and I'm all here for it.
I mean, Amy was like, you don't think that outage gave them enough time to delete some evidence?
I mean,
I hope the lady that took all those documents took enough. And if she took some, I wonder who else took a bunch too.
All of that too.
Yeah. I get new beginnings with them. It's like the devil's going to give birth to something new. They're quite secure financially. They already have plans on doing something. They're just hiding it right now. So I think like they know they're going to transition how they operate. Because it's Facebook, Instagram, and what's the third one?
WhatsApp.
Yeah, like they're going to break them up. That's what I get. Mm-hmm. Sell off one of them. I'm getting.
Yeah,
Zuckerberg selling off one of them, but I get it'll break up, but it'll still be there. Like break them apart.
What you got, Tony?
Yeah, they're going to go the way. Well, some of it's going to go the way of MySpace. Remember MySpace?
I remember MySpace taught me how to code.
But MySpace Tom was a lot nicer than this
Yes,
Mark Zuckerberg.
All the
Well,
memes
it
like,
was so early
back
on in the whole thing. Everybody was a baby. Everybody was nice, right? And now everybody's like, oh, let's get them.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Yep.
Literally. But they are going to be offered something in the future, like Jen said, because they get less star. They will still be around, making our lives miserable.
What you got, Becca?
I get that there's going to be problems within the community and how they do business. This is transactions. There's a community, and then big problems and fighting. So I don't know if this is lawsuits brought by people that use Facebook, users, or what, but they get problems with business, big problems with clouds here, and then they become small. Also, something else that may come up is how they do business here, money transactions for the people in the platform, that it becomes very critical and problematic for children. But ultimately, what happens to Facebook, small here. And they suffer with business this way because something comes out to the public that causes a lot of problems. So I don't know if they separate them, but it shows small.
I wonder if they're going to go the way of Google, how Google was tracking your child's information, and that's why we have this. All of the content creators have this little, no, my videos and my channel doesn't show children, and it's not marketed to children because you can't get anything, no advertising, no nothing, no help from YouTube, and you can be barred from YouTube for having children in your video.
And I think one of the things that the whistleblower put out was how the Instagram stuff for the children.
Instagram. That's what I was just thinking, Becca, because that was one of the biggest things that they uncovered was the advertising dollars in Instagram that is purposely going towards teenage women, teenage girls in particular.
And causing depression and eating disorders and all sorts of things, but it makes money, so keep pumping it out. But it showed child on the end, so smaller or a big problem with business because of children. So
terms of profit agreement.
That's what it is. It was the kids, because you were saying that, I was like, wait a minute, it was the Instagram part. That's probably that's going to take, which could be then. So then they've got to leave the Instagram behind. They got to walk away from that. But that was already a plan with, but Zuckerberg probably, because who's probably represented as this right here, knows this.
What card is that the Zuckerberg is? That one?
The devil.
Oh, of course.
The devil. And he's keeping something a secret with the high priestess. He's not talking. He knows that there's something that they're going to have to sell something or move something.
Don't do shady business, and then
And as a person who does digital advertising for a living, here's the part that is so irritating, because for ad space, it is so much cheaper to run ads on Facebook. It is quadruple the price to run a targeted ABM campaign on Instagram. On LinkedIn, but it's pennies for reach to get on Instagram, to do Instagram and Facebook, which is why it's so popular. It is literally pennies to the dollar. I can run an ad on Facebook and LinkedIn for $5.
That's because Facebook doesn't pay out much in ad money either if you advertise your channel or whatever on Facebook.
That same $5 ad that's going to hit 5 million people is going to cost me $500 and only reach 35 people targeted accounts on LinkedIn. And it's nothing against LinkedIn, but they're also not running a grimy, slimy business at the same time, probably.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got to pay to play with reputation.
Yep.
Facebook. I'll see you at your funeral.
I got off Facebook as soon as Trump won. I was like, I'm done. Yeah. My cousin was like, but how will we talk to each other if you're not on Facebook? I said, I have a phone number and I think you have it.
Email.
Yeah.
Telephones. What are those?
Right. Awakening, Susan. It is so, it's just to pay for a persona on Facebook is nothing. It's nothing compared to running and just
like Walmart. If I can just get them in and I can get the big traffic, then I own all the traffic. So I can sell you something for 99 cents and the mom and pop's got it for $2.99.
Yeah.
But I got all the traffic, so I'll make it up in the end, because once I get you in here, you'll buy something else.
Mm-hmm. And I know, almost said it out loud, Mr. Bezos' company is going to pay even more because you can't convince me the moment you're talking about something, and then all of a sudden I go to Amazon and I see 18 recommendations of something I was just talking about. So yeah, it's all interconnected.
Oh yeah, it's spooky.
They all sell your data. They like, and it's your cookies and everything. Like, you can go on Google right now and search, I don't know, cat socks, and then every other website you go to, you're going to get advertisements of cat socks everywhere. So it's the cookies and all that stuff. So
if you're wondering why your son has VPN, no, it's not so he can watch the Horn pub. He's trying to make sure that his ish stays secure. I'm tired of getting ads for everything else. That's why so many people are getting VPN services now. That's one of the. I just got docked $89 for mine. I'm like, I don't even use this mother sucker that much, and I keep forgetting. And but that's what you got.
Quit following me all over the internet.
I know. My husband is he gets so frustrated with me because I can't order some things online because we have a VPN, and I have my cookie set. I don't I have it set so I don't get a lot of them. I have it set so you have to ask permission before you get my information. No.
Yep. As a digital advertiser, I love it. It's kept me employed for many years. I'm like, yo, this sucks.
So you're the one.
Stop doing them little Facebook surveys to find out what your future child is going to be named. No, they got you. Stop, Boo Boo Kitty. They got you. They got you.
Don't click.
Don't click. Don't take the survey. Don't do it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Johnny, it was a great last question. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And a great laugh from Johnny.
Great laughs.
Once you guys tuned in, you got to go back and watch the beginning because it was like a freaking 30-minute giggle fest. Like,
don't you pull nothing out your titty now.
42 minutes in, we'd only done 3 questions.
Yeah. So don't you pull nothing back out. No Kit Kats, no Snickers, because they give them the itchy scratchies.
No trick or treating at Johnny's house either, because God knows where that candy's coming from.
I'm not giving you my candy. I'll give you the store's candy.
Johnny, do you still have the spray in your boob, or did you take it out?
No, because I need space for something else. I ain't gonna
a whole bottle of my spray, my product on his titty.
I made this myself.
Oh, excuse me. Never mind. He pulled his own spray out.
Because for whatever reason, you don't sell bottles this big. So.
I can sell you a bottle that big. That sounded weird. Okay. That sounded very weird.
Pull my sleep medicine out of there. Melatonin. That'll take you and get you a good night's sleep tonight.
What else you got down in there, Johnny?
Johnny.
Give me
He's got Hilda and Olga in there.
I got Hoffa down in there. That's where he be. Him and Elvis, Tupac, and Michael Jackson.
They all in Johnny's.
They writing songs and everything.
I can't.
And musical
You can't take him anywhere, Adrian.
Tupac wrote 3 of his last songs right from Johnny's bosom.
Musical breasts. You're welcome. When you searching for that favorite song, you know where it came from.
It's like smell-o-vision.
Oh God! Because I was done when you said Kit Kat. Because I just still got this picture in my head when you lift your shirt up instead of nipples. There's gonna be 2 Kit Kats.
Yes. It make it smell good. Smell like chocolate. Everybody likes chocolate.
Just delicious. Guys, thank you so much. It is the 6th. Go do your new moon and for Libra intention tonight. So go do your intentions. Go put yourself in a protective bubble. Go love on yourself. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think at one point we had 400. So thank you all 400 of you for joining. Thank you to all the super chats. Thank you, Johnny, Jenlyn, Tony, Becca, and Lori. Thank you guys so much.
Happy birthday to Adrian.
Thank you,
Don't
ma'am.
forget the thumbs up if you haven't. For Adrian.
Happy birthday to forget it. Becca.
I'll help you out.
Happy birthday. This is my default when I can't point to the right person. Happy birthday to Becca in a couple weeks. This week, Johnny, Becca, Johnny, Jinlin. That's the order. I remember that, but I don't remember what we just talked about 4 seconds ago. Anyway, guys,
Thanks for having us, Adrian.
Thank you.
have a good one, guys. Thanks so much. Peace and love.
Bye.
Bye.